Hey y'all, let me flip my camera so y'all can see me and I can see if anybody's saying anything. Hey y'all, I was just coming on because hey y'all, so I'm here today working and I created this wig for my client. She provided the hair and the lace closure and I created her wig. But I want to come on here to share some important information with you guys because that's what I do. We had a consultation and I was looking for the hair for and stuff like that, but it was just kind of a misunderstanding on what kind of curl pattern. So she ended up finding what kind of curl pattern she wanted as far as the texture of the hair. So she ended up finding hair and sending it to me. And that was fine. The hair felt fine. But now what I'm running into when I flat iron it, obviously the ends are like really thin and raggedy. But most of this is going to be cut off, so it won't look too bad. But the hair is melting in the flat iron. Like literally melting in the flat iron. And I'm going to show you what I'm doing. And my flat iron is not even on the highest thing. So I know people are paying like $200 just for hair, and then they're buying wigs and stuff like that. I mean, if you're getting it at a reasonable price and you're buying a wig for $100 or $150, then if the hair melts, I mean, you're getting it at a reasonable price. So, but if you're spending $300 and up on a wig, you want to make sure the quality of the hair is going to last. It took a while to dry, and I'm still trying to figure out why that happened. It took a while for it to dry, but when I'm flat ironing it, the hairs are like literally melting. See, on my flat iron, and I cleaned it. I even used this white towel to show me cleaning it. Clean it all off. And see, some of it won't even come off. It's still on my flat iron. And I clean my flat iron after every use because this is my favorite flat iron and I love it. I actually had to replace it. I had it in pink at one point in time and it died out on me, so I ended up buying new ones in black. So I'm just going to clean it to start over to show you guys what it's doing to the hair, or what the hair is doing. Okay, so it's clean. See, the flat iron's cleaned. So I'm gonna go in and flat iron a few strands. One slow stroke is all it needs, and look. The hair is literally, let me see if you can see. Hold on. Can you see the pieces of hair stuck in between the flat iron from the melting? Yeah. Oh, now you can see the hairs. Yeah. So I am going to tell her that this is happening, but that's kind of one of the reasons why for a long time I never ever made wigs providing the hair. I would let the client provide the hair because I can guarantee the wig's gonna last you. I can guarantee the creation, and if anything breaks, I could fix it and do all that. But I can't promise you good hair. So for the longest time, I never sold hair with wigs. And then last year I spent an entire year. I probably wasted about 5,000 on finding good vendors with hair, and I did. Some was reasonable, which I was able to sell for a reasonable price, and some was ridiculous. Some of the hair was good. Some I found great vendors, and then when I got a big order from them, they messed up the order and didn't respond back. So then I lost that. So like that's what I did all last year, trying to, do pre-made wigs. But obviously last week I told you guys I stopped doing that just because it's just stressful. The people that come here, they trust me. They're here. I can see it. To sit them down, I can talk to them. I can explain. They can feel and do it. So it's a lot easier and less stressful for me because they're here, and I would prefer that. But I wanted to inform you guys, just be careful when you're buying these wigs. The Shade Room had a thing up about mink wigs, which I had seen probably before they did the investigation. I had seen it because Phaedra had modeled the wig, and I was just like, oh, these wigs are nice. And I was like, oh, looking at the price, I was like, whoa, these are expensive, but they look nice. Then I seen that thing on TSR Investigates, and it was supposedly people were getting scammed. And it's just not okay. It's really not okay. I was on Clubhouse a few months back, and I met some really good wig makers, really good people, talking to them about how this hair industry is and not trying to rip off people just because we're trying to make money and flash on Instagram and all this other stuff. And I came in contact with some really good people. And actually Divine Bundles, his hair, he sent me his hair sent really good. Only thing I didn't place a big order on ordering his hair because that was going to be part of my luxury collection that I was going to do. And I'm just only going to do that in-house, so I don't need to buy a lot of hair because I don't have to create a lot of wigs right now. My people that come in usually are custom, so they wait. We order the hair, they see the hair, we fill the hair. Some people end up getting sew-ins instead of a wig made. That's how it's just always been. So if you're ever looking for good hair, I can tell you Divine Bundles, they have really good hair quality. And yeah, so I did a few strands. I'm gonna show y'all what this flat iron is looking like. And I haven't seen this in a while. Even like some of the vendors that I was ordering from, it hasn't been like this for a while, but I heard that the shipping and all that has been really, really bad. So I don't know if they resorted to just making anything and putting stuff together. I'm not too sure what the problem is, but this is not acceptable. Even if she only paid $150 for the hair, I still don't feel like, for the bundles and the closure, I still don't feel like this is acceptable, because now she has a great quality wig that's going to last her that I made, and the hair might not last. That's why I don't make wigs with synthetic hair. Like, I get those manufactured. My synthetic wig line is manufactured, because to spend that much time and effort to make a custom wig, unless it's really, really a case where they have to do synthetic and that's just what they want and they ask, then I'll do it. But yeah, this is not okay. But this is what the flat iron's looking like now. Let me stand in front of us so you can see the hairs on it. Yeah, so be careful, you guys. That's really what I want to come in here to talk about, and I hope you guys are having a lovely day. Yeah, this is crazy. And like this, I didn't actually know about. See, look at that. That's from wiping it. And this, I didn't actually know about the hair until after, I went to go wash and style it. That it was going to be melting like this. But yeah, you guys, I hope you have. So this is how the white towel looks after cleaning it off from the hair being melted. I went and cleaned my flat iron again. Cleaned off. But I just wanted to share with y'all that. And I hope you're having a lovely day. What are you guys doing today? What's today? Today is Wednesday. I'm kind of out of it with the days. It's been really hectic. And I'm just barely able to work this week. So it's been really crazy. The flat iron I have, somebody asked, is the, can you see? And I will put maybe when I put this up, you guys can leave comments and ask questions, and then I can go in and people asking me have I tried different hair. Like I said, I can't guarantee. The hair is coming, it's imported, and I'm a woman of my word, so I always say anything I talk about or promote or something is because I actually was interested in it. I actually tried it and I like it. And I can't, if I'm there pulling the hair out and cutting the hair off and pulling it out and sorting it and putting it on the track, then I feel more comfortable and confident in that hair. And because I'm not doing that, it's hard for me to feel confident in some of these companies. And I'm not saying that companies have bad hair, not all. What I'm saying is that I stopped trying to figure out who has good hair because I wasted $5,000 trying to find good vendors. Do you know how much money that is? That's a waste. Between buying people's vendor list and getting samples of their hair and trying it out and then coloring the hair and seeing how it do with color, money and time. I kid you not, like money and time. And there's so many good companies out there that people can or places in some locations that people can go and find hair and use. Honestly, I wouldn't mind going back to using track hair from Janet and all those, beauty supply shops because they're manufactured. They have big companies that they have to teach certain things, so the hair is fine. It's already colored. You don't have to worry about somebody coloring it. The only thing is like if you want to bleach and do ombre and do all this, it's harder. But some of those companies do offer natural brands. But that hair, at least you're guaranteed good quality. It doesn't smell. Find a lot of it has like the stiff old smell. That's what this one smells like. It's just because what they do and how they process it. It's just not okay. But it's important to educate people so they know what they're buying. And I've always been very thorough and detailed on what it is that I'm doing, how it looks, what it feels like, what you're buying, what you're getting. I've always been good on that because it's only fair. And if you know what to look for, then you know what to do. And even if you order something online and you don't like it, and you try it and it's not the quality, seeing if you can get a refund or return and stuff like that. So I'm just here to let you know. And look at my flat iron again. Dirty again. It's not as dirty because I didn't do as many strands, but it's still dirty. But okay, you guys, have a wonderful day. Somebody went to the eye doctor and she said she's home. hiding from her family. Yes, get your rest. How's Laura doing? She's so sweet. Laura's doing good. Laura is being Laura. Yes, I did see that you referred me to your sister-in-law. Like I said, I haven't been buying hair right now, but if I am, I will keep that in mind. Laura's doing okay. She is, I don't know. It's flu season. When she's not feeling well, she's coughing or something, I try to keep her home because one, I want to make sure she doesn't get any worse. And then when they call me and say she's not feeling well, that means I have to leave work. So I'd rather just keep her home to make sure she's okay. But she was a bit whiny this week at school. And so I kept her home today. She's home with my mom right now because I want to finish this wig. And then I'm going to go be there with her. So I didn't have to take a full day off again. But yeah, that's how she's doing. Laura's too much. She's a smart, intelligent kid. Like, that's my baby. She definitely is like a better version than me, a funnier version than me, I would say, as a kid. She has a lot of personality. She's super smart. I cannot hide anything from her. You can't say things without her repeating it. That's literally the phase that she's in right now. Everything we do, she wants to do. She wants to go. She's well aware. She loves her family. She loves her parents. She's a blessing. She's a beautiful blessing. That's my baby girl. Yesterday I was looking at old pictures and I was having like a mommy moment, but I was looking at old pictures of myself. Oh yeah, so we can talk about this, right? So I'm sorry I'm not reading comments. I'm trying to work, but I'm also talking to you guys, so my bad. But yesterday I watched Colin Kaepernick's thing on Netflix, which was really, really good. And at that same time, I was looking for some paperwork that I had to mail in. And I come across my old photo album. And I find all of these old pictures. And then I came to a page where I just put pictures of all me around between 4 to 6 years old. And all I could see is my daughter, because earlier that morning, I was getting her ready for picture day. And she was just smiling, taking pictures and posing. I was telling her to pose and snap. And before, I used to document my life through pictures. I've always been a picture person. So just me seeing those photos, I've always loved taking pictures, been photogenic. Just me seeing those pictures, all I can think about is her. And it was like an outer body experience. I don't know if mothers of daughters felt like this. I mean, I only have one daughter. My mom tells me she sees something in all of us of her. But she has 3, but I only have one daughter right now. And looking at those pictures and then seeing how she, acts and stuff like that, it's like, I remember that being those ages and I remember those things, but I wasn't really living that life. And I don't know if that makes sense. I don't know how to explain it. So when I say I wasn't really living that life, like I obviously was living that life, but like at 30 something, I don't know. I didn't understand. I don't know. You just don't. Basically, the 33-year-old me is looking at the 4 to 6-year-old version of myself, and I seen that, and I was just crying. I called my mom, I was talking to my cousin, and I was just telling them, like, there is no book on how to be a great parent. And I know my daughter's chances are better than mine, and it's a different situation and stuff like that. But, like, it was really like, oh my God, I'm living that 4 to 6 version of me through my child, you know, because I get to see and experience that. And I don't know, so back to the Colin Kaepernick's story on Netflix is, in the story he has like these moments where he pops up or walks in looking at the younger version of himself and talking to the younger version of him or explaining the story. And that's how I felt. So all of that happened yesterday. And I was just like, this is really crazy. Like, my daughter reminds me of, and I'll share with you guys some of those pictures just so you can see what I'm talking about. And I know she looks a lot like her dad, which she does. But she also looks a lot like me too when I was her age. So she's like the perfect combination, the perfect mixture of us both. And when I see those in the photos, I'm just like, oh my God, this is crazy. Look at the younger version of me. And she's going to be her own person, which I want her to be. I don't want her to be nothing like me. I want her to be whoever she wants to be and inspires to be. But it's just crazy feeling that. And I don't know if it's a mom and daughter thing or some mothers experience that with their sons, but it's a beautiful feeling, and it just made me emotional. So yeah, that was yesterday, and that was, you guys asked about Laura, so I just want to explain that. I'll try to read some of the comments. Oh, geez. Okay, it's so hard because people are commenting. I think it's Sylvia. She was saying her daughter's 18, her son's 20 and 21, and those moments hit hard. Yeah, and I never just imagined this. You know, you dream of these things as a little kid that you want in life, and then it actually is here. And it's actually here, and you're like, oh my God, this is what it feels like. And it was just like a bunch of things. I was on last night before I went to bed, you know, because I don't really be on social media like that. Try to take a break in between and stuff, but I didn't go on social media not much on Monday. And I was seeing all these things pop up from Shade Room with things happening with the baby and Danny or whatever her name, Delani. I don't remember that girl's name. And I was just like, when you think like, you know, my life could have been such a different way. It could have been such a different way. And I feel like so bad. Like, that's so horrible. I don't know, there's so much to say, but I'm gonna mind my business because it ain't none of my business. And I know what it's like to have people in your business thinking that they know everything and they don't. But I'm just gonna pray for healing and peace for them, that baby, and everything else. But I will say this. Life and things could have been so much different for me. You don't realize where life takes you and what may be your lessons or blessings and how you can possibly dodge bullets and how you can heal and get over things and see the light on a different side, even though it doesn't feel like that in the end. So I'm just so blessed to be in the predicament that I have my husband, have my family, have my daughter, and experience life how God had it set up for me. Because if you would ask me 7 years ago, I wouldn't have never imagined like this is how it would have went. And I'm so blessed and so fortunate to be here. I'm truly blessed. That's why I always share my stories, because it's not always easy, but it's worth it. And I can't always just share the good, share the struggle, because I remember feeling alone. There's times you feel alone, like nobody else is going through this. You only see what you see and what people want you to see. And you feel lonely and empty, like, oh, why isn't this person going? Even some people closer to you, when they have things that they're going through in life, they don't always share, or they act like everything's just perfect. And sometimes you feel like an outsider because maybe you've been going through whatever you're going through. in your relationship or whatever, and you're like, well, damn, am I the only one? And I'm here to let you know you are not the only one. You are not. There is other people going through stuff, whether they share it or they don't. You just keep being you, doing you, and making yourself happy and figuring out the way. And if you have your partner, communicate and figure out with each other, you know, the way. And that's all. That's all, folks. That's all I have for you. I know this conversation was supposed to be about hair. And it went sideways, but I'm gonna trim her. And go on my merry way. Somebody said, I'm gonna repost this video. It's gonna be posted on my thing, so you'll be able to see what I'm saying about the wig benders and show you my example, because it was a lot that I talked about and went over. So you guys can see that. But you guys, thank you so much for joining in. If you have anything to say or any thoughts about this, I'm posting it on my page so you can comment. That way I can see them, because it's so hard to read all of these comments and see what you guys are saying. But thank you, love y'all, and have a good day. And remember, don't let that shit ruin you. Peace.